Yo, you in the midst, so pay attention. If respect is optional, so is my presence. So this mirror talk is gonna be about exactly what it sounds like. Instead of you sitting there trying to press the issue about something you clearly see with your two eyes, just accept that you see what you see in front of you. It'll save you a lot of time. It'll save you a whole lot of energy, rather than you steady trying to hold on to something that ain't holding on to you. You feel me? But more so over, it's even deeper than just that. It's about your own protection of your own energy. Because if you steady willing to put up with and hope when you already see what you see, it's a difference between being optimistic and being delusional. In other words, it's a difference between being positive and just being gullible, like Easy the Fool. There should never be a situation where you having to normalize being disrespected, having to justify in your mind being disrespected and make it okay with yourself so you don't feel no kind of way about it. A lot of people like to justify and make it okay in their mind, give themselves reasons on why it's okay to just keep on dealing with that and keep on taking it, rather than accepting like, nah, that ain't straight. They clearly not gonna change what they doing, so that's how we gonna leave it. People like to take that burden on themselves, even if they know that burden ain't on them to take in the first place. And if you really look in the mirror long enough, you'll start realizing it ain't even about them. It's more so about what you've been trying to hold on to that whole time. Whatever it is that you was getting out of dealing with them, whatever you was getting out of talking to them, associating with them, that's what you was holding on to. It wasn't even really them. But see, the idea of losing them made you think you was gonna lose that thing that you was getting out of dealing with them. So that's what made you feel like the world was caving in, or like you had to keep on fixing things when they were starting to fall apart. But what I learned, and what you'll have to learn if what I'm saying is resonating with you, you gotta learn how to let things fall away when it's time for them to fall away. If you know something ain't for you, or you know you've been putting energy towards trying to make something work, and you steady seeing it not working for you, you steady seeing you getting resistance on every level. We ain't talking about like you just finding your way and you've been going through your trials and tribulations with figuring out what you need to do and how you need to do it. No, I mean you're directly getting blocked every time. You watching other people down there do it like it ain't nothing. Even people who just started. But it's like you try to get into it, whatever it is, you just steady getting blocked. That's a sign right there. But that ain't even the point of this. That's just one part of it. That's just one part of it. But continuing on. So if you dealing with somebody who, or something that is making you feel like you only getting so far, or like things can only be smooth so long before they start getting rocky again, it probably means it's time for you and that thing, or you and that person apart. Because if you really think about it, the fact that you even dealing with all of that in the first place, and even struggling with all of that in the first place, that say a lot on its own. But more so over, let's talk about it though. So let's say you don't want to listen, and you rather just keep on dealing with it, rather just keep on letting them put you through the ringer with whatever they putting you through. Well, really you putting yourself through, because you choosing to stay when you been knew it was something that wasn't for you, that wasn't fit for you. So you stay, right? What you gonna notice is your energy gonna always be low. You gonna only ever be able to do so much before you just start feeling like you just gassed out, drained, like you ain't got no more to give at all. it ain't even so much that you drain and just so out of it. It's more so like you done gave so much and allowed this person to take so much from you energetically that when it's time for you to pour into yourself, you have nothing to pour into yourself. So when you want to talk about situations where you trying to give somebody the benefit of the doubt, or you're trying to give somebody a second chance, or whatever you want to call it, some people change, some situations change and level out. But if you're consistently seeing a pattern that's not changing, what did they say the definition of insanity is? I used to always hate hearing saying, excuse me, I always used to hate when I used to hear people saying that. But it makes sense. Because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different to happen, we ain't talking about grinding. We're talking about you just straight up taking a mindset and mentality that you've been running with, and you've been consistently getting results that tell you that what you're doing ain't getting you nowhere. How does it make sense to proceed? How does it make sense to keep going at that point? Because if you clearly seeing that the path that you trying to walk is steady getting blocked, that might be a sign that you need to, like, you know, slow the fuck down and look around and see why you getting blocked. Because you could be potentially getting preserved and protected from something. Because there's been plenty of times where I was trying to do something, trying to hurry up and get somewhere, and I'm getting mad because it's taking so long, or because I'm steady getting held up from being able to do it. And I end up finding out that had I been able to move right when I was trying to move, I would have fucked myself up. Or I would have got myself in a situation that would have had nothing to do with me, all because I was trying to rush. So I say everything I'm saying to say, if you've ever heard the phrase, everything happens for a reason, that's true. If somebody broke your heart, betrayed you, lied to you, or whatever it was, it happened for a reason. Because had they not did that to you, you wouldn't be the person that you are right now while you watching this, feeling the way you feeling. Because that same pain that you feel like may make you bitter or make you decide you want to turn cold on the world, that same pain is what makes you grow up and become the stronger version of you that'll never let that happen to you again. So in a fucked up way, you damn near want to be thankful to these people who backdoored you, betrayed you, or whatever happened. Because if you survived that shit and you still here, I bet you won't fall for it again. And if you do, then you ain't learned from it. A lot of this really ain't complex. It really be very straightforward. But you can make it complex when you start letting your feelings fuck up your judgment and your inner compass. Because once you let your feelings start driving a car, you already fucked right there. You already going the wrong direction, because your feelings gonna take you to where you feel. But where you feel may not always be where you need to go, if that makes sense. And I'm not talking about intuition. I'm talking about, for example, let's say you know you got to get up to go to work, or whatever it is, run your business, however you get your money. Your feelings might tell you, I don't feel like getting out of bed today, so let's miss out on that bread so we can relax. But you know that you need to get up and get that. Now, if you real deal like actually need a break, and it's something that you can actually afford to do, by all means, recharge. But if it's just you being lazy, you need to have that moral compass, understand that. But your feelings will give you some of the best excuses you ever heard. You'll talk your own self into your own bullshit. And what they say, excuses sound best to the person who giving them. So of course you gonna believe it. You the one who cooked it up. So to bring this all full circle, you cannot just let anybody in your energy feel your field, period. Because once they get too close to you, once they get to getting around you to that point where it's like their words are affecting your thought process, or just in general, they not respecting your energy, your thoughts, or just your presence, period, why are you gonna keep giving it? Why are you gonna keep hanging out with somebody who don't value you? Why are you gonna keep dealing with people who don't value you or care about you? For what? So you cannot be by yourself? So you rather be with people who you know don't care about you, or you just a background person to them, then you just be by yourself? That should tell you right there, you got a lot of work to do if you can't comprehend that right there. You got a lot of a lot of skeletons in your closet you're gonna have to clean up out of there just to comprehend that part right there. If respect, I'm gonna say it again for you. If respect is optional, so is my presence. We gonna end it right there. Stay in the midst.